Private Members Bill, Curragh of Kildare Bill 2015, first stage. Leave to introduce.
Count Curragh, I'm very pleased to have the opportunity to present this piece of legislation to the House, all the more so because I suppose as a Kildare man I have grown up and lived most of my life within practically a stone's throw of the Curragh. And in common with everybody from County Kildare, and indeed many people throughout the country, I'm conscious of the enormous significance of the 5,000 acres of open plain that is shrouded in history and mythology indeed. The plain that has given the county its title, the Shortgrass County, and a plain that is, I suppose, also connected to Kildare's recognition as a centre of excellence in terms of the bloodstock business, thereby giving Kildare the title the Thoroughbred County. Over the years, I suppose, the use of this important plain has featured use by the bloodstock industry, which is something that needs to be guaranteed and monitored and controlled and supported into the future. We see as well that the farming sector, not least through the sheep breeders, make extensive and vital use of the plains, and I think both the bloodstock sector and the sheep breeder sector have always demonstrated a level of responsibility in their use of the huge resource. Additionally, the Curragh Plains have demonstrated themselves to be an important recreational resource for many activities, ranging from the area of golf to football to simply walking or running. Other maybe less desirable forms of social activity, leisure activity has been happening there in recent times. As far back as 1999, an interdepartmental group was established to look at the management of the Curragh Plains, because it was, I think, recognised at that time that an effective and efficient management system required to be put in place. And I think it was the late Michael Osborne himself, a colossus in the bloodstock industry and a great ambassador for County Kildare, that was the first person to suggest that in fact the Curragh might be developed as a national park. But notwithstanding the work done in 1999, nothing of any major significance happened. And therefore we find ourselves today in a situation in which the Curragh Plains needs to be protected, it needs to be managed, and therefore this piece of legislation, which I am bringing to the House today, envisages two particular initiatives. It envisages the establishment of an advisory committee made up of the state agencies with an interest in the Curragh and representative also of the users of the Curragh Plains. And it involves, secondly, the establishment of a management team. That management team to be drawn from, obviously, the Department of Defence, which would be the lead agency in the particular initiative, but would also involve the Parks and Wildlife Service, the Department of Agriculture and Food, which obviously has a responsibility for the bloodstock industry, and indeed Kildare County Council, which has obviously particular interest in this important piece of public property. As I say, the principal objectives of the initiative is to ensure and facilitate the continued responsible use of the plains in a manner that respects its integrity and the very unique nature of it. Secondly, to prevent the degradation of the resource that is the Curragh Plains, and thirdly, to ensure the protection of the plains against encroachment in a reasonable and practical manner. As I say, this is the first real piece of legislation that we have seen in quite some time. I appreciate Count Curragh the opportunity to present it to the House, and I would hope that in the near future it's a piece of legislation that the Government could take on board and enact. I'm not suggesting the set of proposals are perfect, but they form the basis for further detailed discussion. Thank you very much, Count Curragh.
Thank you.